2017 brought a lot of great films, and the first time anime had more screen time at the theaters, which was great. I gotta say, there were a lot of great 2017 films. Hello, this is Arturelia. I'm gonna do a top 10 2017 films I saw. This will include any type of film that I saw, and even though I would love to include like a certain series, like for example if it was Marvel, I would include it only in one, but I'm not going to do that. As much as I'd like to do that, they're their own separate films, so I will not go that way. But anyways, let's get started.
Number 10.
Megan Levy.
Just so you know, running away isn't going to solve anything.
Hang up that phone! Tuck your shirt in!
This was a film that I was prepared for, because if it was about a military dog, I expected it would be emotional. And it was. This film really touched me. Great acting and a great story of a female Marine and her trustworthy dog, Rex. This was a film that hit the list, and it deserves it. It's different and something new besides other military films. Some really emotional moments would impact you, and the acting delivers really well. And that's why it was a pretty emotional ride. But a good one at that. And the fact to see Megan Levy and her dog go through certain campaigns in Iraq. And it was an interesting look at a Marine and her dog. Something different. Something new.
Number 9.
Dunkirk.
There are 400,000 men on this beach.
I can say World War II history is like my #1 topic, and Dunkirk does bring to life the moment of the evacuation. Maybe fiction, but set in a true event. While I like that Christopher Nolan captured the moment in history, and it really made it feel like you were there, the downside to this film is that there was too much jumping around in the timeline. While I understood what he was going for, it felt a bit sloppy with the editing. While the characters, you don't really get enough info or stuff about the characters, but that's what he was going for. So I can say it wasn't much of a big deal for me, but others might find it hard to care for these characters. I can say this was a World War II film with action that I really enjoyed, because I love my World War II history. And the music was very, very awesome.
Number 8.
Your Name.
Like seeing something out of a dream. Nothing more or less
than a breathtaking view.
When I saw the trailers, for sure it would be a touching film, and it was. But man, what a great anime. With a nice story, beautiful animation, really beautiful animation. Great characters, great voice acting. Really was a fun film to watch with my mom and sis. From its touching moments to its funny ones. And a big twist during the film. An anime film you should watch if you have the time. The voice actors did a superb job, grabbing moments, and made me feel like, wow. But all in all, I was satisfied with how it played out. Yes, great anime film. And I'm glad it made it to the big screen.
Number 7.
Logan.
Logan, what did you do?
Charles, the world is not the same as it was.
This was the final film for Hugh Jackman, and I can say it delivered. An interesting villain character and shocking moments in the film. It had it all, and it was the end of the Wolverine legacy. The acting was well deserved, especially the little girl that played in here. It was more of a sad tale, but in the end, it is worth the watch. And you could even watch in a gloomy version, black and white. But I prefer the colored one.
Number 6.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Finally, here we go.
Good evening, Peter.
Whoa!
You have 576 possible web shooter combinations.
That is awesome.
What is there to say? It's a Marvel film. I like every Marvel film that I watch. Some are better than others, yes, but I've enjoyed them all. Even though this film has somewhat SJW stuff put in there, to tell you the truth, it didn't really bother me that much. I mean, yeah, you may see it, and I did too, but I don't think they pushed it as far as, like, let's say, Star Wars The Last Jedi. Yeah, that was pushed in there way too hard, and it basically ruined it. I haven't even seen the film myself, but at least what I've heard, yeah. This film was funny, had an interesting villain character, and hey, I like Spider-Man. I know that after 3 film genres of Spider-Man came and went, I felt it was getting a bit tiring of all these reboots of Spider-Man, but now they made a new one that fits in the Marvel Universe. In the first Spider-Man trilogy and the second Spider-Man trilogy.
Number 5.
Black Butler film. Around the time I got into watching Black Butler, this was a film I wanted to see. A friend liked the show, and my mom didn't know much, but watched a few episodes. Even though I missed Book of Murders, I still understood that something happened before this film. I gotta say, a better Titanic film, with zombies, and a demon, and really awesome and funny moments. Yes, a Titanic scene was in here. I really enjoyed this film with its epicness and even a twist of one of the characters that you wouldn't think would do something like this. But in the end, he was the true villain of the Black Butler story. Well, in this film. Yeah, definitely a fun film of the year. The voice actors reprised their roles, and they are excellent as ever.
Number 4.
Thor Ragnarok.
To work out?
I can say I felt a bit while watching the film. It wasn't that I felt that it sucked. No, I just wasn't really feeling well. I felt kind of funny. But besides me feeling weird, I really enjoyed this film. It was really crazy moments, awesome action scenes, etc. The anti-hero Loki is back, and they all face their worst foe. Even Doctor Strange had an appearance. This film is just as fun as Spider-Man Homecoming, and some new characters that are badass. And this film gets close to tying Guardians of the Galaxy and the rest of the Avengers. Yeah, definitely a fun film.
Number 3.
Wonder Woman.
She's my,
With the feminism and the SJW crap happening in 2017, Wonder Woman was something I was hoping would not go the route of feminists would like to see. Especially just hating on men. Even my mom, too, was also concerned. But man, it wasn't that at all. It had badass moments, and Wonder Woman, yeah, she's badass. In a story that was a fun watch. We see how Wonder Woman learns from the outside world every moment, especially with my cousins and my family watching Wonder Woman. Well, my sister skipped. Who could go wrong with Wonder Woman? And luckily, none of that feminist crap that we see today. This film is set during World War I, but I don't mind the change and the twist to the fact of World War I being all part of one master mind. Which was a surprise to me, and thinking, so will there be a god of war that is close to Hitler? And knowing much about the history of World War I, they really captured the historical moments in history. Way to go, Wonder Woman. You did not disappoint.
Number 2.
Sword Art Online, Ordinal Scale.
Ordinal Scale, activate!
We got to see this on my birthday, which was an awesome day. Now I did see the subtitled one, because it came out first, and only on my birthday. I can say it was a really fun ride that night. To see the characters again. The animation was really beautiful, and the action scenes superb. The Japanese voice acting, I can say, really well done. Yes, I rather watch the dub, but I still enjoyed it, even with the subs. Some really emotional moments that even grabbed me. And the last final battle was a wow and awesome. A lot of awesomeness in the final battle. It was really an epic moment to see that night with all the characters coming together. Yes, it shined that night. And the music and the credit music. Yes! One of the best nights and birthday ever. I thank my mom for this gift. Really was a great night and a fun movie to start the year of 2017. Onward. Really great. Now, before we go to number 1, here are at least 2 honorable mentions.
Is that a monkey?
This is a video game, which means we all have special skills.
Why am I running so slow?
That was so intense. I can't even with this place.
Number 1.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Showtime, a-holes. It'll be here any minute.
Which will be its loss.
I thought your thing was a sword.
We've been hired to stop an interdimensional beast from feeding on those batteries, and I'm gonna stop it with a sword.
It's just swords were your thing, and guns were mine. But I guess we're both doing guns now.
Hey, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. What can I say? It's funny. It's crazy. And yes, really fun. And more of a joy to watch. Even great hysterical moments that are very, very, well, yeah, all I have to say is that it was a fun blast. The characters, I can say the best character to watch in this film was Darks the Destroyer. He was basically the funniest part in this film. The comments he says and expressions. And the Star-Lord's father. A big twist in the film. That is like, wow. Yeah, this is a film that deserves this list and a really fun film of 2017. And a laughable one. I will say though, there is a bit of a controversy between Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Since I work at Cinemark, I've heard people say they did not like it as much. Some people said they didn't really care, or they would rather skip Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but what? This was one of the best films I've seen since the first one. Now obviously, I can't pick between 2 of them. Both are excellent. And yes, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is awesome. Yes, people have their own opinions, but my opinion is it's awesome, and it deserves the spot on this list.
Anybody have any tape out there? I want to put some tape over the death button. I don't have any tape. Let me check. Yo, Yondu, do you have any tape? Do you have any tape? You asked me if Scott tape would work if you don't have any. Nobody has any tape. Not a single person has tape. No. Did you ask Nebula? Yes. Are you sure? I asked Yondu and she was sitting right next to him. I knew you were lying. You have priceless batteries and an atomic bomb in your bag. If anybody's gonna have tape, it's you. That's exactly my point. I have to do everything. You are wasting a lot of time here.
Well, I hope you enjoyed my top 10 2017 films that I saw, but what were your favorite 2017 films that you saw? Leave a comment below and I will read them. Well, this is Arturelia, Top Stuff, signing off.